What's good, YouTube? This is your boy, the hip hop nerd himself, the wrestling nerd himself, excuse me, and the hip hop nerd himself. T Money, Trey Watson here, back with another video, and this time I'm gonna be talking about music. Um, today's track of the day to me, today's track of the day I'm talking about. This is the first edition of track of the day. Today's track of the day I'm gonna be talking about Exodus by Pusha T. Um, some people refer this as a diss to Drake and Young Money as a whole record label. Um, my thoughts on this record, it's it's okay. It's not something that could ignite a fire in record labels, but it's definitely something that can make a little noise and bring a little notoriety and a little publicity to Pusha T. You know, everybody always go, the underdogs always go after the big dogs basically to get attention and notoriety. And I think that's what Pusha T did here. And I know Pusha T been taking shots at Drake and Wayne for a very long time now. So this has really been brewing for a real long time, and I guess Push T feels like 2012 is the right year to do this. I love the sample that Push T used, the beef sample from Biggie. I love that. I love the sample he used. That's a really dope sample that he used. Um, I'm never been really a big on Pusha T. Never been really big on him. All I knew he was the guy from the Clips with the braids. I didn't know his name. I heard he's been rapping for a long time, so that really shows how much I know about Pusha T. I know he was with the Clips. Only song I really liked by the Clips was "I'm Good" and "Mr. Nice Guy." That's the only song I ever liked by those guys, and the only song I ever really heard from them guys. But um, Pusha T, he's been trying to make a little noise for himself, and he signed to one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best record labels in the game right now, which is Good Music. That's about to make a lot of noise. So I mean, he could have a lot going for him, but it just shows that he's not really he's not really anything special to the hip hop game and stuff. And I think the reason why Pusha T did this is really show that I'm going after the big dogs. I'm going after the guys that you love. I'm gonna take shots at them, and I'm gonna gain me some fans, and we're gonna go at it. Basically, that's what this song sounded like. The song features the Dream, by the way, on the hook. He sings the hook. It's an okay song. It's not anything special. It's not anything that anybody could get hype over, like, oh shit, he killed Wayne and them. There's nothing really anything special. Lil Wayne took to Twitter last night and said fuck Pusha T and anyone associated with Pusha T. I don't know what he referring to the Good Music as a whole. I don't know. Nobody really knows what's going on right now until the full information gets out here on the internet. But anyway, the song is okay in my opinion. Like I said before, I never really found Pusha T really as a valuable threat to anyone. I mean, he's been rapping so long, and he's still in the same spot He's been in this long. It just shows that he's not anything special to the hip hop game, and he's not anything special as an artist. You know, um, he sound like I said before. He signed one of the best labels in the game right now. Good Music. I mean, they got everybody from old school to new school. They got cats like Q-Tip now. Most Def. I mean, how can you not be the talk of that label when you're signed with that type of label like that? They got legends of that caliber on a label like that. And yes, I'm a huge Q-Tip fan. I'm a huge Most Def fan. I think those guys are phenomenal legends that get overlooked sometimes in the hip hop game. But I just don't understand how Pusha could be on a label like this that strong and not really be anywhere as an artist and not really grow or progress as an artist. It just shows how really lame he really is a little bit. I heard one song from Pusha T before called "Trouble on My Mind" that he didn't really stick out on it. Tyler the Creator verse stuck out to me. That's the reason why I liked the song the most. But Pusha's verse on that song was just, he was okay, but Tyler really murdered it. Um, this record right here, lyric wise for Pusha, eh, only dope line he really knew was the line where you got three niggas signed to another nigga, signed to another nigga, signed to a whole lot. That was a really, I can't say the line. I wish I would have wrote the line down before I came to this video. But that's the only line that really stuck out to me, which made a lot of sense because Young Money is signed to Cash Money and is signed to Universal Republic. So it makes sense. That was the only really dope line that stuck out to me in my mind. I was like, real shit, that was some crucial shit right there he just said. But this track, it's an okay track. It's a dope track. It's definitely something that it's an okay track for Pusha T. I'll say. For his standards, it's a pretty okay track. He's trying to make a lot of noise in the hip hop game. I understand when you've been in the game as long as Pusha, you want to make some type of noise before you get too old and you can't make any noise. So you're gonna go after the big dogs. And as bad as we hate to admit it, as bad as we hate to say it, but Wayne and Drake are two of the biggest dogs in hip hop right now. Not because of their ability, because of their name and because of their lyric ability. Now I still like Drake. I still like Drake, no doubt about it. Wayne, I never been too big on Wayne. Never been too big on him. I always kind of found him overrated a little bit. People really overrated his skills. You know, honestly, I like a couple songs on Wayne, a couple tracks that I'll say I like by Wayne, but I never really been big on Wayne. Like, oh, I love Lil Wayne. No, Drake, he's earned my respect from the beginning, from So Far Gone. I mean, you talk about a guy that came into the game that came off a show where he played a retarded kid in a wheelchair. And it's pretty hard to take a guy like that to a caliber that came off a show like that serious. It's really hard. Like, that's really hard to take somebody serious like that. But Drake's dope lyrics and his dope style of delivering lyrics was just off the chain. And like, you had no choice but to really, even if you didn't want to like this guy, you knew this guy was gonna be something special, something big in hip hop, and he is right now. You know, he may be making mainstream songs like The Motto, or The Motto, or Take Care of Rihanna. He may be making mainstream songs like that, but if you really, 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 if he really would, I'm not gonna say an old Drake, I'm not gonna say a new Drake, because there's never been a new Drake, it's never been an old Drake. Drake's always been the same, just a different taste of music, and stuff like that. But I understand what Pusha's trying to do. He's trying to attract some attention to himself. This might actually work because Wayne did respond back saying fuck Pusha's T. We don't know if Wayne really tweeted that or somebody, a false tweet person went up there and tweeted it for Wayne. We don't know. But all we know, Wayne did respond back. So obviously it's on now. I don't know, is Wayne gonna make a diss track? We know Drake's not big on making diss track, coming back on people to diss him. We know that. So I don't really expect anything out of Drake unless Drake has changed and unless he's not humble anymore because he's really deep in the game now. So I don't know. A lot of rappers, they lose that humble spirit around their second album. So Drake's already dropped his second album. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is something we don't really need right now in the hip hop game. We don't need one guy is trying to get notoriety, dissing two guys that's already to the top. If you were trying to get to where they are, change your style. Make a song. What? Hell, the shit the radio plays these days, you can make any song and get on the radio. You can make a song about cooking pork chops in the kitchen, and that should have catch on like that. If it's got a catchy beat and a catchy hook, that should have catch on like flies to shit. I mean, it's not hard really these days. Back in the days, you had to be real dope to get notoriety. Even to this day, you kind of still have to be dope. But if you're trying to head for mainstream, get on the radio and get played, your video played on television and stuff like that, you gotta really make some stupid ass song, stupid ass lyrics that don't really make sense, and then get played. Like that fucking Cashing Out song. Do you think back in the older generation of hip hop, do you think that song would have really got played on the radio? Do you think people really gave this guy notoriety or credit for making this song? No, it's stupid. And it's really disappointing to see a record label like a guy like Pusha that's been in the game for a long time trying to get notoriety off of Wayne and Drake. It's really a shame. It's really a shame to see a veteran like that going after two guys on top of the game trying to get where they are. It's really a shame. And he's on one of the best record labels in the hip hop game today. That's why I don't understand about Pusha T. Bruh, you are on the best record label today in the hip hop game. You got all the good producers. You got all the good rappers. What is so hard? Damn. Oh my God. Everybody that was signed with good music has made noise in the hip hop game before. You got Cudi that made noise in the hip hop game. Big Sean made a name for himself in the hip hop game. Q-Tip definitely made his mark in the hip hop game. Shotty Prince, Common. You got all those good lyricists. Most Def. I heard Twista's even trying to sign with good music. They are about to be a dominant force in the hip hop game. You got new school, old school on that record label. That's what's so good about good music. That's why I like good music. That's why I'm really, 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 really ready for this Cruel Summer album, my good music to drop. I'm gonna get my thoughts on that in another video. But Pusha, bruh, going after Wayne and Drake sometimes can be career suicide. I know that's a bold statement, but it's true. Those guys are big, and if you want to come at those guys, you got to come correct because their fans are gonna take up for them. And Pusha, I don't really know too many people that really like you like that. I know some of my friends I talk to, they've heard of you, but they don't really like you like that to really back you up in this, you know. And I don't like, be honest, I don't listen to Wayne like that. Drake, I like Drake. I listen to Drake. I'm not ashamed to admit that. But Wayne, I really don't catch much from Wayne. You know, this was just a diss track to Wayne. You know, I wouldn't really, I wouldn't really care. But it's like he was going more after Drake. You know, kind of like what Common was doing with Drake. You know, they say Common was going after Drake, and that Sweet song he put on his album called Sweet, which was a dope record, a real dope diss. Like, you know, but that's the whole point. You don't know who it was directed to. It could have been directed at anybody. You don't know who it was directed to. You know, and Pusha, you know, he's got support behind from his good music fam. You know, as a record label, you got to stick together like that, support your fam, your fellow artists, basically, on the record label. Cuddy took to Twitter and said, you know what, I'm helping my boy Pusha. You know, he's good music fam. So, you know, I understand that, but this we don't really need this right now. But anyway, I'm about to end this video. I'm going over time. Anyway, I'm about to end this video. My thoughts on it, it's just another endless stupid beef that's about to get started between a guy that's trying to get where Wayne and Drake are versus two popular names in the hip hop game right now. You know, even though we hate it and we don't want to admit it, but it's true. But you know, it's just stupid. Pusha did this for notoriety and publicity. That's what he did it for. You know, and Twitter is like the new TMZ basically. You know, so I mean, nothing special. Anyway, this is the wrestling nerd, Trey Watson here, saying peace. I'll see you guys later.